Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 6, Lesson 47, and today English tries one of its favorite tricks on you. It slides a whole phrase in between the subject and the verb, a phrase that sounds like it is adding more people to the sentence. Your ear hears the extra names, reaches for a plural verb, and walks straight into the trap. By the end of today, you will know exactly why that phrase has no power over the verb at all, and you will have one simple move that makes it vanish. Let us get into it. Here is the situation. A phrase can interrupt between the subject and the verb. It drops right into the middle of the sentence, like a little island. And you can always spot that island because it is always set off by commas. One comma on each side, fencing it in. Now here is the part that matters. That interrupting phrase does not change the number of the subject. It can name 10 more people if it likes. The subject is still whatever it was before the comma. So the verb still agrees with the original subject, with the word the sentence was about in the first place, and with nothing that wandered in afterward. So which phrases are we talking about? Here are the ones you will meet again and again, as well as along with, together with, accompanied by, in addition to, including, and 3 more that catch people out, plus, not, and rather than. Read any of them out loud, and your ear says the very same thing every time. They all feel like the little word and. That is exactly the trouble. They mean something close to and, but they do not act like and. They are not conjunctions at all. They are simply extra description hung on to the subject, writing along inside the commas. Let us build one and watch it work. The chef, comma, along with 2 cooks, comma, prepares dinner. Look at the middle piece, along with 2 cooks. It sits between 2 commas, so it is the interrupter. Ignore this. Now find the subject. Who is the sentence about? The chef, 1 person. So we need the singular verb, prepares, wearing the S. Your ear may want prepare because cooks is standing right beside the verb, and cooks sounds wonderfully plural. But cooks is not the subject. Cooks is a passenger. Lift out the middle and read what is left. The chef prepares dinner. Perfect. Now flip it around. The lanterns, comma, including the broken one, comma, glow at dusk. Same shape, opposite answer. Between the commas we have, including the broken one. That is our island again. Ignore this. The subject is lanterns, and lanterns is many, so the verb has to be plural, glow, with no S on the end. And notice the decoy this time. The word sitting closest to the verb is one, the broken one, and one sounds beautifully singular, so your ear whispers glows. Do not listen to it. The noun beside the verb is a decoy. The subject is back at the front of the sentence, waiting for you. Now for the heart of the lesson, the contrast that makes everything click. Sentence 1. Anna and Ben cook dinner. The little word and is a genuine conjunction. It really does join Anna and Ben into a compound subject. 2 people welded into one plural subject. So the verb is plural. Cook, with no S. Now sentence 2. Anna, comma, as well as Ben, comma, cooks dinner. The same 2 people, very nearly the same meaning, but as well as is not a conjunction. It cannot join anything to anything. Ben has been demoted to a description. He simply rides along inside the commas. The subject is still just Anna, all by herself, so the verb goes singular, cooks. Hold those two sentences side by side and remember it this way. And builds a compound subject, as well as does not. 3 of these deserve a special warning because they do not even mean and. They mean something closer to except. Look at this one. The coach, comma, not the players, comma, decides. The phrase not the players takes people away rather than adding them, and still it changes nothing at all. Ignore it. The subject is coach, one person, so the verb is decides, singular. Now the other one. The novels, comma, rather than the film, comma, win. Rather than the film swaps one thing for another, but the subject was settled before the comma ever arrived. Novels, plural, so the verb is win. And there is the rule in its widest form. Whatever sits between those commas, whether it adds, subtracts, or swaps, the verb never sees it. Let me hand you the method, and it is only 3 moves. Move 1. Find the pair of commas. Almost every sentence of this kind flags the trap for you with punctuation, so the commas are your signal. Move 2. Lift out everything between them. Cover the phrase with your finger if that helps. Move 3. Match the verb to what is left. Read the bare sentence. The chef prepares, the lanterns glow, and your ear will get it right every single time, because now there is nothing standing in the way. That is the whole lesson in one line. The interrupter is invisible to the verb. Notice that this is the same move you learned for prepositional phrases. The only difference is that this time, commas mark the phrase for you. Ready to practice? In this first set, I will give you a sentence with an interrupting phrase and 2 verb forms to choose from. Lift out whatever sits between the commas, find the real subject, and pick the verb that matches it. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. The captain, along with the sailors, blank on deck. Cover up the phrase between the commas, along with the sailors, and read what is left. The captain, blank on deck. Captain is one person, so we need the singular verb, the one that carries the S. The correct answer is waits. The paintings, including the small sketch, blank in the hall. Lift out including the small sketch, and what remains is the paintings blank in the hall. Paintings is plural, so the verb drops the S. That word sketch, parked right next to the verb, is pure decoy. The correct answer is hang. My cousin, accompanied by her dogs, blank to the park. The commas fence off accompanied by her dogs, so out it comes. That leaves my cousin, blank to the park. One cousin. A singular subject takes a singular verb, the one with the S. The correct answer is walks. Now let us test the contrast that matters most, a real conjunction against an imposter. Watch the commas, decide whether the subject is one or many, and choose the verb. Pause and try each one before I answer. The teacher and the students blank late. Look closely. There are no commas anywhere, and the joining word is and. That is a real conjunction, so it builds a compound subject. The teacher plus the students, more than one. The correct answer is were. Now the same sentence with one small change. The teacher, comma, as well as the students, comma, blank late. This time the commas are back, and the joiner is as well as, which cannot join anything at all. The subject is teacher, standing alone, singular. The correct answer is was. The trophy, not the medals, blank to her. Lift out not the medals. It subtracts, but it never changes the subject one bit. The subject is trophy, one thing, so the verb takes the S. The correct answer is belongs. Let us gather up what we learned. An expression that interrupts between the subject and the verb, as well as, along with, together with, accompanied by, in addition to, including, plus, not, rather than, never changes the number of the subject. It only describes the subject you already had. Those expressions are not conjunctions. Unlike the word and, they cannot build a compound subject, no matter how many extra people they seem to bring along. So the move is always the same. Lift out everything between the commas and match the verb to the subject that remains. In our next lesson, English keeps hiding the subject in new disguises, and we will go on hunting it down. I will see you there.